Hello and welcome back to Nelson All Over Cards. My name is Nelson and today we are trying out some of the starter decks. So I've been unboxing the starter decks on my live streams with the intent of like using the decks in the revised progression playthrough that I have started, the two-handed progression playthrough. And I unboxed actually earlier today the Rohan starter deck, and it just looks so much fun. And I was like, you know what, let's just give these decks a try. So we're gonna play two-handed. We're taking Dane and his band of dwarfs alongside Aylmer and his Rohirrim warriors up against just the passage through Mirkwood. It's not gonna, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get it brutally destroyed. It's not supposed to be a super difficult test. I just really kind of wanted to play the decks and yeah, figured, the first time I ever play these decks, might as well film it. And yeah, so hopefully y'all enjoy and we'll see how it goes. But we've made no modifications to the decks whatsoever. We are just going to be playing Dane and Aylmer as they came. Did not change any of the back of the pack or the cards that came in the back of the pack for these decks. Didn't touch them. So we're just playing, we're just having fun. So I'm pretty excited. I think I'm most excited for the Rohan deck, mainly because the legacy progression playthrough that I'm playing through right now, where I'm opening all the old products, there's a lot of Rohan cards that I just haven't played with or seen, and so being able to kind of mess and play with some of these feels like I'm playing completely new cards. Where I've played with a couple of them, like I have Aylmer, but with the dwarfs, I think there's maybe one or two cards that I don't have in the dwarf pack. So passage through Mirkwood setup. We're going to search the encounter deck for one copy of Forest Spider and one copy of the Old Forest Road. So let's go ahead and grab that before we shuffle up. Where are they? There's Forest Gate, Old Forest Road, Forest Spider. Sweet. Then shuffle the encounter deck. So we're going to start out. I also kind of picked these two. Once I unbox Gondor, which we'll do on a live stream here in a couple weeks, I will do a Gondor and Sylvan team up. Maybe not against the same one. Maybe I'll go pick a different scenario or something, but I wanted to try these. Rohan looked really interesting, and dwarves are probably my favorite tribe in the game. And so here we go. Okay, let's have Dane start out as our first player. We get 6 cards. We got Ebor Hammersmith, the Miner, Record Keeper, Hammersmith, Hidden Cache, and a Dory. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan that mainly because we got the Hidden Cache and a Record Keeper, or not a Record Keeper, the Miner, who we want to be discarding from the top of our deck, and so having them in our opening hand doesn't really help. But let's go ahead and mulligan. We got 6 cards. We're stuck with these 6 now. Let's see what we got. We got Gloin. We got the Record Keeper, Elder, Durensong, Hidden Cache, and a Narvi's Belt. That's so much better. Over here, we've got a Riddermark Knight. Got an Escort from Edoras. Wait no longer. Escort. It's going to take me a little bit longer to play this deck because, again, these are some cards I haven't seen before. And Horn of the Mark. Horn of the Mark actually makes this a keepable hand, I think. Because Horn of the Mark, when a Rohan hero, or when a character leaves play, if that character shares at least one trait with the attached hero, then we get to draw a card. So that just solves our card draw problem. So we'll keep that. We'll pass out some money. Our starting threat over here is 26. Starting threat here is 27. We'll start with some money. We also get a card draw on this first turn, which is pretty exciting. We got a King Under the Mountain, let's go, and a West Road Traveler. I think we're going to start by spending 1 from Biffer to play the Record Keeper. We're then going to probably trigger Biffer's response, or action, I should say. So Aylmer should be next to her, and then I wanted to put my tactics characters together. So we can pay 1 resource from a hero's resource pool to put 1 resource in Biffer's pool. If we do that, oh, never mind. I thought I had another dwarf I could play. Never mind. I don't want to do that. Okay. That's going to be it for there. Let's spend 1 to play a Horn of the Mark onto here because she has the Gondor and Rohan trait because Aylmer's in play. Let's go ahead and drop 2 here to play the Riddermark Knight, who is a 0/2/0/2. After the knight is declared as a attacker, we can give it +2, but we have to discard it after the attack if we do that. Okay. Now, while Dane is active, all our dwarf characters, actually all dwarf characters, not just all dwarf characters that I control on lefty over here, it's all dwarf characters get +1, which is crazy. That's awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead and commit some characters. We're showing 3. If we control at least 5 dwarf characters, we get to draw an additional card over here. Okay, let's go. We're going to quest for 3 with Biffer. I'm going to quest for 3 with Ori. We're going to quest for 2 with Record Keeper. That takes us up to 8. We're going to look over here. We're going to quest for 3. After she commits to a quest, we can choose an ally in your hand. If the ally shares a trait with you, we can put that into play exhausted and committed to the quest. This is bananas. We'll do it with Escort. So Escort comes in, exhausted, committed to the quest, also gets +2. So that's going to be a total of 7 over here. And I think that's where we're going to stop. So that's a total of 15 quests on turn 1. These decks seem to be fairly decent. We probably could have used his ability to get this one in cheaper, but that's fine. Okay, so we're questing for 15. We're showing 3. We're going to stage 2. First one is Forced. After it engages, you deal 5 damage to a single hero you control. Gross. And then we've got Mountains of Mirkwood. Reveal the top card of the encounter deck to and add it to the staging area to travel. There's that. So that is 2, 4, 6. So we are going to add 9, which will push. So unsure of what lies ahead, but spurred by the urgency of your message, when you defeat the stage, proceed to one of the 2 stage 3s at random. I'm going to travel here. After you travel to Old Forest Road, the first player may choose and ready 1 character they control. No, we're gonna actually travel here. And that's going to reveal the Necromancer's Pass. We have to discard 2 cards from our hand to travel to the Necromancer's Pass. Ew, don't like that. Alright. We quested successfully. Actually, this should have happened before I traveled, but we quested successfully. Forced. Yeah. If that ally is still... So this is going to get discarded, which gives Aomer +2 attack. And then we share a trait with the card that was just discarded, so we get to draw into Ancient Matham. We can exhaust that. I like these decks. These are fun. Alrighty. We're not going to engage this thing because it just kills us. But we will go ahead and optionally engage here. And we'll block the attack of 2 here with our 1 no shadow effect. So we take 1 damage. Aylmer is going to swing back for 5 to take it out. Alrighty. We will increase our threat. Pass that first player token, unexhaust everything. We'll draw cards. We got a Firefoot over here. Let's go. And a Miner of the Iron Hills. Let's pass out some money. That's wild. Okay. Sweet. Let's go ahead and spend 1 here to attach Ancient Matham. So whenever we explore the mountains, we get to draw 3 cards. And then after she commits to a quest, choose an ally in your hand. If the ally shares a trait with you, I'm just going to do the same thing. Let's go. Actually, we're going to go here. And after you play West Road, no, just kidding. We're going to go here. We have West Road Traveler, which can swap locations. And I was going to try and cheat her in with the ability, but it's not actually how it works. I think we're going to go and spend 2 here to drop Firefoot on Aylmer, giving us +2. And whenever we attack with Aylmer, or if we attack alone, I should say, then any excess damage rolls over to another non-unique enemy. We're going to go over here to Dane. What do we got? I'm going to spend 2 off of Dane to play Narvi's Belt on Ori. So we can exhaust Narvi's Belt to pay for any, or to give them a different resource icon. I'm going to spend 2 to play King Under the Mountain. So action, we can exhaust King Under the Mountain to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand and discard the other. We got Cram and Hammersmith. We're going to toss Hammersmith. We will attach Cram to Dane, which we can discard to ready the attached hero, which is really important because Dane only gives his buff out if he is ready. Alrighty. We're going to commit characters to the quest over here. We're going to commit here and add that one committed to the quest. So that's going to be a total of 7. Got 7. We don't have any tactics for this ability over here, but let's go ahead and do 2. So that's going to take us up to 9. And we'll pass over here. We'll go 6, 8 more. So that's going to be a total of 17 quest, which actually may not be great. We're going to not... Oh, he can't defend. That should be fine. We'll go 17. We'll probably push through. Yep, okay. We'll stage 2. Requesting 17, showing 5. We're going to flip into an Orc, deal 2 damage to a character currently committed to the quest. It's going to be 2 here. And another one. Yikes. Go 2 here. That's actually not super great. It'll be fine. Okay, so we quested for 17. We're showing 2, 4, 8, 9. So we place 6. So 3 clears here. We're going to move on to a stage at random. But this response, we're actually going to choose that first. We're going to look at the top 5 of each of our decks. We can add a card to our hand, which will be Ailmond. And then we'll draw 3 cards from Ancient Matham. This leaves play, which we'll draw another card. The Red Arrow, Ancient Matham, and a Feint. Alrighty. And then we get to do the same thing over here. We get to look at the top and take one of them. Guess we'll take Cram. Aomer gets a +2 attack because a Rohan character left play. Or because a character left play. And so that's giving... Aomer currently has a 7 attack. And so if we attacks one of the orcs, both of them die, which is pretty cool. Which means that we will go ahead and optionally engage here and engage here. The first player has. We're gonna travel to the Necromancer's Pass. Before that, we have to discard 2 cards to do so. I'm gonna take. Oh, and we're moving on. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Sorry, I'm just really excited. Okay, so we're gonna progress to a stage 3A at random. Go even, odd. Odd. When revealed, the first player in the encounter deck must discard pile for 1 spider card of their choice and add it to the staging area. The players must find and defeat Ungulus Spawn to win the game. Let's go find. So Ungulus Spawn engages at 32, so we'll just bring that one out. When revealed, each character committed to the quest gets -1. That's fine. Alrighty. I'm wondering if I can. It's not worth. We'll engage. We're gonna travel here. I guess we'll travel then engage, and we will. We will discard the red arrow and wait no longer. Okay. These orcs. I'm gonna take the first one undefended. It's gonna be 2, no shadow effect. We'll toss the 2 damage onto here. We'll take the next one undefended as well. No shadow effect. We'll take 2 damage on Aomer. Aomer will attack for 7 here. Because of Firefoot, we can exhaust Firefoot, choose a non-unique enemy. Any excess damage is dealt to there. So we'll take out both of these. Okay. Into the round. We will stand up. Yeah, these are better than the core set cards. I just played Passage like through the core set, right? And these are slightly better. I'm gonna go up to 28, up to 29. Gonna draw into the map, and we're gonna draw into a Westroad Traveler. Pass out some money. Okay, let's go ahead and use King Under the Mountain. Look at the top 2. Oh, I guess we'll take this. I feel like I'm not even playing the Dwarf deck. Let's go 2 to play Miner the Iron Hills. We don't have a condition attachment to get discard, but that does give us our 5th Dwarf, which means that we're going to be drawing additional resources. And then when we play Gloin, we get a rebate on Gloin. I'm going to go cram over here. Do we have any tactics allies? We don't. We still don't. We do have a feint, which is crazy. Do we want to spend any money or do anything? I don't think we really do. I think we're fine. Actually, we can go We Are Not Idle. So we can exhaust X dwarf heroes to add X resources to a hero's resource pool and draw a card. We're going to exhaust 1 to add a resource here and draw a card into a Gandalf. Alrighty. We're going to exhaust Narvis to give leadership. We're going to spend 3 to play Gloin. And while you control at least 5 dwarf characters, which we do, Gloin gains, after you play Gloin, choose a hero, add 2 resources to that hero's resource pool. Should be wild if we chose someone over here. No. we'll give it to Ori. Yeah, Ori. Because then we have a Gandalf drop next turn, which probably will be lethal. Over here, are we playing anything? I don't think we are. I think we're just... We'll spend 1 and play an Ancient Matham here. More cards is more fun. Okay. Let's go ahead and commit to the quest. We're going to go 3, 6. We are showing 5. Go 8. And over here, we're going to go 3. Takes us up to 11. After she commits to a quest, choose an ally in your hand, and that shares a trait. Put it into play. We'll go here. Committed to the quest, which is +2. And after he leaves play, we get to ready all of our Rohan characters, so we might as well quest with Aylmer up to 14. So we're going 14, showing 5. We'll stage 2. First one here is a Goblin Orc. Ew, gross. And then we've got a Dol Guldur Orc. Get to deal 2 damage to a character currently committed to the quest. That'll be Gloin. So we quested for 14. We're showing 5, 8, 9, 10. So this clears. Ancient Matham will draw us 1, 2, 3. This gets shuffled into the deck. The last couple were forced to discard. But these get shuffled into your deck, and then we can use this to draw us a card. The Rohan deck is crazy. This is fun. Hey, he's back. Okay. Let's go ahead and... Oh, and then we get to ready all of our Rohan characters. We're going to travel here and ready a character that we control. So we'll ready Gloin. We'll make optional engagements at this point. We will optionally engage the orcs. And we'll optionally engage Ungolish Spawn. And then this engages us over here. Let's pass out our cards. We'll defend the attack of 3 here with Gloin. Take Gloin out. And we will Miner the Iron Hills, defend here for 2. Defending player must choose and exhaust 1 character they control. Alrighty. It's going to be Dane. Then we are going to come over here. We're going to spend 1 to play Feint. So Ungolish Spawn does not attack. We will swing for 2, 4, 5, 7, +7. So that's 12, which is lethal. We win the game. So the starter decks are pretty fun. Obviously, this is the first scenario in the game, but I just kind of wanted to play to get a feel for how the starter decks work, and I am now very excited to play some more. Thanks for hanging out. I'll check in next time. See you.